I sit alone in the zone, so gone. Just think about the scriptures, knowing I was living wrong. Praying that the Lord forgive me. In this walk I'm going strong. As far as age, yeah, I'm grown, but spiritually a newborn. Not trying to be lukewarm, so weekly we bring it out. Yeah, them trumpets gon' get blown. True colors gon' get shown. If you ain't keeping the Lord and the Father, you never known. I promise I'm going home, just hope it's the first flight. Nightmares are the 2/3, them visions that give you fright. But either way that it go, His will gon' get us right. I'm talking like Lazarus, how the dead can come back to life. And I know it ain't gon' be easy like learning riding a bike. It's more like a marathon and you climbing like on a hike. We suffer from all these curses, so every day is a fight. And when you ready to quit, His Spirit will give you life. It's not the end.
He begat him.
What does begot mean?
It's very broad, it's very ambiguous.
What does that mean though?
What day was he born on?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yes it does
We
matter.
don't celebrate birthdays.
Yes we do.
You celebrate your birthday?
What day was his circumcision on?
Does it matter?
Yes it does matter. So we have dates.
When was King David's circumcision?
We know that.
When was King David's circumcision?
We know
when was King Solomon's circumcision?
Okay, when the angels visited Abraham.
When was Haile Selassie's circumcision?
When the angels visited Abraham, it was Pesach.
Prove it. Pesach wasn't even a thing to Abraham. What are you talking about?
Actually, they knew about these different traditions.
Where?
That's why.
What was Passover for? Hold on, what? Wait a minute. What was Passover for?
Remember, they were prophets.
So no. Now you're lying. What was the Passover for?
So they were already observing.
No, what was it for?
In fact, even we know Adam Harishon, Adam, the first man, observed Hannukah. So they were
Adam
prophets.
observed Hannukah?
Yes, they were prophets.
How does Hannukah represent?
He observed the first one.
What does it represent?
The restoration of life.
Okay, what does it represent to him?
So Adam,
yeah.
So after Adam sinned, he didn't, and the light started to diminish. As the season was changing, he didn't understand yet that wasn't going to be like the end of the world.
Fairy tales. This is crazy.
No, it's not. It's the basis for the holiday Saturnalia.
Paganism, right? Saturnalia is not our tradition, sir.
It eventually became.
No, it's what?
Yeah.
Saturnalia is in our tradition.
It came from Adam Harishon observing Hanukkah.
Where does it say that at?
This is in the Talmud.
Of course it is. That's paganism, sir. Saturnalia is an abomination to God.
Yeah, so many of the traditions.
Saturnalia is pagan.
Many of the traditions across the planet that people observe.
No, we're talking about Jewish tradition.
That have today gone off track. Actually, originally came from things that people knew from Adam Harishon.
I would love to see that. Show me that in the tour.
If anything, we see a lot of it going back to Babylon.
That's exactly what it comes from.
To Nimrod religions.
That's crazy.
Like Nimrod religions. Like a lot of these pagan
rituals
and everything goes back to Babylonian.
I really can't believe you just said that, RL. And everything you could have said, I can let you slide with Solomon sending kids to Ethiopia. Because we had Jews in Ethiopia. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you tell me that Saturnalia is our tradition?
Well, it should be really
that is madness.
To see how something like that can happen, because the Christians turn.
Can you describe what Saturnalia is real quick?
The Christians turn Pesach into Easter, so it should be obvious.
That's just a title, though.
How that can happen.
That's just a title.
So Saturnalia came originally.
Sir, that's just a title, though. We know the ceremony of Easter, or the name Easter goes back to a pagan deity, right?
Yeah, but you can imagine that process can happen for,
Sir, when people celebrate Easter in America, are they celebrating Passover? Okay, then so it's just a title, right?
But my point is that it's a.
No, my point is that you're applying something that's pagan to a holy holiday, a high holy day. But we know that title doesn't represent the Passover. And what they do in America on Easter, go to Christian church, bow down to a cross and a white Jesus, which is madness. Easter egg hunts and baskets and all that garbage, that's not the Passover, right?
Yeah, so
right.
What I'm saying is
the translation in the Torah.
If you want to understand what I'm saying, if you don't talk at the same time as me.
Sir, I mean, I was talking and you were listening.
While I'm talking.
Sir, you're saying some nonsense to me right now, but go ahead.
Well, you're not going to be able to hear whatever sentence it is.
I'm responding to what you're saying.
Because if you're talking at the same time.
Sir, RL, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So this is just a case where something.
Oh, yeah, the virus on. I like those. I got something else.
Originally was a holy tradition can be taken and turned into something else. It's just something that
Is
happens.
Saturnalia a tradition that was turned into something else?
Yeah, it came originally from Adam Harishon, observant Hannukah.
Hannukah.
Yeah.
Where can I read that at? Like, outside of
I
the
think
Talmud,
it's
because I don't believe in the Talmud. Show me that. Show me the.
Yeah, there could be
Show me the
others.
traces of it in the Tanakh first.
There might be other sources outside of the Talmud. That's a good thing to look into.
Show me the inkling of it in the Tanakh or the Torah. Show me what Adam did that leads me to believe that he kept Hanukkah. Look up Saturnalia too. Look up the definition of Saturnalia.
I don't know if there's
it's going to be madness.
something in the text itself for this.
That's what I'm asking you for. Because you say that he did it. You said there's some type of light that diminished. That's nowhere in the Tanakh or the Torah.
No, it is in the Torah. The light is
Sir,
described. Yeah.
somebody, get your Bible out.
The light's a big thing.
Okay, let's look at where it's at. Adam, right? Adam did it?
Adam Harishon, yeah.
Let's see where Adam lost the light. Where does it say that? Genesis 3? Or where?
Yeah, so it's called the Or Haganuz. They lost the light when they sinned.
Okay. That's literal?
The Or Haganuz is a real thing.
Literal, right?
Yeah.
So how did it play out?
How did they lose the Or Haganuz?
Yeah.
After they sinned, they lost the Or Haganuz.
But is that literal though? Or is that a spiritual thing?
It's both. There's not like a divide between
So, okay,
spiritual and
how
physical.
did it play out physically?
That's a very detailed question that you
I
should
know,
ask
I know.
a mystic
Because you're
master.
telling me this, and I want to understand.
It's a good question for a mystic master.
Mystic?
Not a,
Jewish mysticism. Okay, great.
Not
A Kabbalist, right? A Kabbalist would tell you?
Well, he's mentioning some Hebrew words, but I want to know where the light somehow was physical, and because I can agree that it could have been literal or esoteric or spiritual.
okay, I'm gonna run. I just came literally to see if you're gonna accept my Shabbat dinner.
Well, let's read something to you real quick. Let's read about Saturnalia. Go ahead. Let's see if, and this is in the Talmud, right? Or is it a different definition or something like that?
If that's the Wikipedia article, there is a part in there about it originally coming from Adam
Okay,
Harishon.
great. Great.
How Saturnalia became Christian is a transition from ancient to present pagan as Christian. 4th century CE, after which a new winter holiday began to celebrate in Rome, Christmas. But how was the pagan festival of Saturnalia celebrated, and how did it influence and morph into the Christmas celebrations we know and love today? Saturnalia was held in honor of the Roman god Saturn that was supposed to represent the revelries of the golden age of men, a mythical time where men and gods lived in harmony. Saturnalia itself was an adaptation of the ancient Greek festival known as SICARII, named after the Greek equivalent of Saturn, Kronos, which was celebrated in midsummer rather than midwinter. It is thought to signify the end of the harvest season to honor Saturn, a god associated with agriculture. Saturnalia was generally considered a merry festival with lots of feasting and exchanging of gifts. A lot of customs that we associate with Christmas can be traced back to the ancient origins, where Saturnalia had its own customs and traditions also.
Is that what you're familiar with?
That part is the part that I'm representing is a little bit lower in honor.
Okay, now let's go to
That was a Wikipedia. This is
now we're
Wikipedia
going
right
to
here.
Wikipedia. Which sources did you want to go there? References or sources?
What is it? Influence or
Origins?
origins?
It might be right.
Because I don't.
In Roman mythology, Saturn was an agricultural deity who was said to have reigned over the world in the Golden Age when humans enjoyed the spontaneous bounty of the earth without labor in a state of innocence. Revelries of Saturnalia were supposed to reflect the conditions of the lost mythical age. The Greek equivalent to Chronia, which was celebrated on the 12th day of the month of Hecatombonia, which is a Greek month, which occurred around the mid-July and mid-August of the Attic calendar. Greek writers, Athenians, also cities numbers of examples of similar Greek festivals, celebrated to the Roman Greco world. Now let's see the source.
Is it supposed to be like a Jewish?
You want me to find it for you?
I would love to. I would love for you to find it. Because this is news to me. And you're saying this in the Talmud, right?
That's a Wikipedia article right there.
Maybe I can learn something today, you know? That's all I'm wondering about. Because so far, I know Saturnalia to be pagan.
Right.
And it says it goes back to Christmas, so I know you don't celebrate Christmas.
But he says it goes back to Hannukah?
Yeah, it's in Avodah Zarah. So it's in the tractate Avodah Zarah. So,
Click on it.
so it says, when the first man saw that the day was continuously shortening, he said, woe is me.
Okay.
Well, no, read up
Or
here.
the Babylonian Talmud. Okay, you should have said that. Babylonian Talmud, Avodah Zarah, ascribes the origins of Saturnalia and calends to Adam, who saw that the days were getting shorter and thought it was a punishment for his sin. When the first man saw that the day was continually shortening, he said, woe is me, because I have sinned. The world darkens around me and returns to the formless and void. This is the death to which heavens has sentenced me. He decided to spend 8 days in fasting and prayer. When he saw the winter solstice, he saw that the day was continuously lighting, and he said, it is the order of the world. He went and fasted for 8 days. The following year he fasted for both, and he established them in heaven's name, and they established them in the name of idolatry. They established them in the name of idolatry. That's in Avodah Zarah.
That's interesting.
8:8.
That is very. So wait a minute. How did the people in Babylon know about this story?
People pass down oral traditions.
But everybody died in the flood. So who passed it down?
So not 100% of everybody died in the flood.
I'm not saying 100% people
So,
died.
like,
8 people lived. So who passed it down
Og,
through Shem? Because we come from Shem.
Og Melech Habashan survived by holding on to the ark.
Who?
Og Melech Habashan,
What does that translate to?
Og, the king, King Og.
King Og?
Yeah, yeah, who was killed by Moshe Rabbeinu. Og.
The Hamite. Hold on, you talking about in numbers?
Yeah, he survived by holding on to the ark.
And he survived all the way to the day of Moshe Rabbeinu.
No, he's saying he passed it down to somebody.
No, he survived.
Yeah, he survived.
He said he survived the flood
Wait a minute, hold
by
on.
holding on to the ark, survived, lived all the way to the days of Moses, and Moses killed him.
You know how that doesn't make sense? Let's just say I can entertain that. You know why that doesn't make sense? Who lived the longest after the flood? After the flood. According to the text.
Well, I guess Eliyahu.
No.
Because Eliyahu's still alive.
What? What are you talking about?
Who's lived longer?
Eliyahu? He was alive before the flood?
You said who's lived the longest after the flood?
After the flood. No, from when people got off the boats and started repopulating the earth.
That would be Eliyahu. Because Eliyahu's still alive. So.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy, bro. This is, huh?
Gracias, viejo.
Yeah, this is nuts. This is, I don't even know. I can see what you're saying, bro, like, but that's just, I ain't gonna lie, that's ridiculous to me, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's ridiculous. You're telling me that a man lived over 1,000 years, technically. That's what you're telling us, right?
Do you think Hashem's parted the sea?
Excuse me?
Do you think Hashem parted the sea?
Hashem's part of who?
Parted the sea?
The sea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course he parted the sea. Oh, that's what you were saying last time. It's a miracle. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that person lived that long. No. Where does it say Moses killed him?
Moses killed Og?
Yeah.
There was a battle.
I think it'll be tomorrow, no?
No, it's in the Tanakh.
It's in the Tanakh?
It's in the Torah. Yeah.
Find that for me.
You can find something. But I'm gonna go because I literally just came.
Well, that's not a problem. We'll link up with you maybe another
So
time.
I don't know. I'll try to message you again. I hope that you see my message. If you want.
Were you guys just a quick brief question?
The invite's still open.
Were you guys like told to like not come out for a while when that stuff was going on over there?
Me? No.
They're just Jewish people in America. Because, you know, they're sending their diplomats home from all across the world. Like, they're sending diplomats in Turkey and all other countries that they're kind of like in danger now, you know what I mean? Were you guys told anything in reference to, I guess, some sort of event? No?
I mean,
they don't
you're
care
not,
about
you're
black
not,
people, but not a problem.
no, it's not that. I don't know if you're asking if there were like security notices or safety notices.
Yeah, safety notices.
I'm sure there have been a ton, but it's like, you know.
Not in America, though.
No, there have been a ton.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Because we haven't seen you for a little bit. I don't know if you were obeying some sort of order from Israel that pertained to you in reference to what's going on.
I only take orders from Hashem, so.
Not a problem. Not a problem. That's how you're supposed to do. So that means you're not supposed to be listening to the Talmud, right?
Hashem actually provides us teachers and sages to guide us.
Do you agree?
Wow.
Do you agree with Notary Carta on their seeing that this shouldn't be a sovereign nation for a Jewish nation?
So number one, this is a complex issue that has to be dealt with carefully and sensitively. There are problems.
How do you look at their stance on that?
There are problems now that are a consequence of us needing to progress toward building a Torah consistent Israelite kingdom in the land, and we're working toward that. So Bezrat Hashem, we will succeed.
Before Mashiach.
We will
Before Mashiach.
We will succeed together quickly.
Before Mashiach. That's because, hey bro, like, I kind of like tip my hat to Notary Carta because they be cutting them. I've been watching the video. They're like, you know what, Notary Carta, they see that's wrong. Because
So you don't agree with him?
Because they say Mashiach is gonna make that happen.
I believe that our popular endeavor is a part of what Mashiach accomplishes with us and what we accomplish with Mashiach. So understanding exactly what we should be doing can be challenging, and what we should be doing to advance toward Geula. But it's important that we're doing everything that we can, and the fact that there are differences of opinions isn't a bad thing.
Do you read Ezekiel? Like, do you like the book of Ezekiel?
I have.
Deep Ezekiel, chapter 40 and beyond.
Yeah, I have read some parts of Yechezkel. And yeah, like I said before, I am not 40 years old and with kids and a beard like this. So the more advanced things.
So you don't know prophecy, that's what you're telling me?
No, we do read the prophets.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The late chapters are prophecy for the future kingdom. When are going to build a third temple, right?
Yeah, the rabbis actually wanted to.
Is going to oversee the building.
The rabbis actually wanted to hide separate Yechezkel because it's some really powerful stuff. So, stuff like that, you gotta be careful.
One of those books that you don't let anybody, not let anybody read. They say that you should be prepared to read that book at the school.
So long story short, your answer is you don't agree with the guy he's referencing, right?
The Notary Carta.
I think I've stated pretty clearly. It's important that we're doing everything we can to work toward Geula, and our efforts, with Mashiach.
With Mashiach?
Yeah, our efforts. Ultimately they will yield. The fact that there are different opinions about what exactly we should be doing isn't a bad thing.
Okay, well, like we always say before you go, those aren't the real Jews over there. Those are Amalekites, and not a problem.
Right.
We love you, brother. You're an Israelite. You're a real Israelite. Not them fake Jews over there. Because it's supposed to be peace in the land right now. There's not peace. They're trying to build a separate canal from the Suez Canal, the Ben Gurion Canal. And it's going to take them 10 years, billions of dollars. For what? Because they can't control the one in Egypt where it makes $9 billion a year. But that's a separate topic. But the long story short, the Amalekites over there are going to get blown off the land. They're going to get wiped out. And then the real Jews are going to go back. You're going to go back there. You know what I mean? In truth and sincerity, brother. When Hamashiach does return, actually. You know what I mean? You don't have to believe us. Just how I don't believe that Adam was keeping Hannukah, like, I don't believe those are Jews. We have disagreements, it's not a problem, brother. We still love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully you'll accept my Shabbat dinner invite.
Oh yeah, you're a brother. You're a brother. You know what I mean? We love you. We're not dealing with no Amalekites though, but shalom, brother. Shalom.
Shalom, I'll see you guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know. This is the last one. Go ahead. Yeah. You be safe, man. And that's the problem with every time we talk to that brother. It's always some radical left field sage, bro. It's just crazy. Like, I didn't know Jewish people agreed with the Ethiopians that Haile Selassie was from Solomon. I didn't know that till today. That's crazy. Like, doesn't make sense. And then he said we ruled all other countries. Like, bro, I can say in Europe, during the Dark Ages, those were Israelites, obviously. You know what I mean? I believe that. But I don't believe they were ruling it because they were representing the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? They just still happen to be there. And obviously we're part of prophecy and Revelation, as it says. How, where it says in Revelation 20, that the bottomless pit was for 1,000 years. That's when, obviously, Europe and the white man was in subjection to it. But, like, that brother got to come up out of that nonsense, man.
That's right.
And I asked him for information. He says, oh, I can't reveal my sources. No, your sources are nonsense. That's why. You believe Jewish sages and Jewish mysticism and all that other garbage from damn crackers, man. But our people need to come into the truth of the Bible.
Right.
The real sound doctrine, you know what I mean? That's what we're into. The Torah Tanakh. He said his own book is not history. Isn't that crazy? Like, why would you say that? But I'm supposed to believe history from the Talmud, which comes centuries later. It's crazy. But go ahead.
Sirach 23:27, and they that remain shall know that they are not. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of Yahweh, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of Yahweh.
Read.
It is great glory to follow Yahweh, and to be received of Him is long life.
Yeah, that brother's on a path of destruction. I don't think he's even keeping Torah properly. You know what I mean? First of all type of magic. Talking about Saturnalia is our culture. No, that's paganism, sir. We read the history. And then he, obviously, just because it quotes something from the Talmud, he thinks it's history now. Wait a minute. We know for a fact it comes from the Greeks.
The Talmud also says.
It's madness.
The Talmud also says that King Og survived the Great Flood.
Listen, bro. That's not what the Torah says. But then again, I guess we can't believe the flood really happened because it's not a prophecy, right? According to him, right? That's the logic. That's a similar line of logic we have to follow according to what that brother just said. If it's not prophecy, we can't really basically hearken to it. We can't really agree with it because it's not Nebuah, as he says. But wait a minute, the flood and the story of Noah and the flood and the ark isn't prophecy. It's just the story in the Tanakh. That means I guess we can manipulate it and say all this other nonsense after the fact to try to prove some dumbass point that Moses killed a king that lived for 1,500 years or so. It's ridiculous. But anyways, we still gonna pray for that brother. Maybe we'll eat some kosher food with him one day. You know what I mean? Hopefully give him the light that Adam lost, as he said. And this brother turned a new leaf. But other than that, our job is still the same and wake up to the elect, the 1/3, the so-called Black Hispanic Native Americans on this side of the hemisphere, and teach them the truth of the Bible and tell them to separate from their enemies, stop sinning, and prepare for this this turmoil that's coming up after all that nonsense going on over there. You know what I mean? And it's all happening for a purpose. What's happening in Israel right now, what's happening in Iran and Turkey, all these countries rising up against the nation of Israel and America, it's all going to lead to the Third World War. It's all going to lead to the destruction of Babylon, first and foremost, and our redemption. That's the redemption that we're really hoping for. Matter of fact, give me Sirach 25 real quick. 25 and 7. If I'm quoting it right. 25. Go ahead.
Sirach 25 and 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Go ahead.
A man that hath joy in his children.
Read.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Yeah, that's wisdom according to God. We want to see the fall of this enemy, the chief enemy of the world, the so-called white man. And he tries to try to skate around the fact that we don't know who Amalek is. No, we know exactly who Amalek is. Them Jewish people over there in Israel, and all the Jewish people that are living in the shadow government in America, and all other parliaments of the earth. You know what I mean? Because we got the book right here. Here it is, right here. Zoom in on that. This is the book, along with many other books that Jewish people tell themselves with. I got them all at the house. You know what I mean? How they have plans to take over the world. And guess what? Kanye West exposed it when he was going through his issues. But our job is to expose that as well as live righteously, so all that paired together equals our salvation and a destruction of this place. So that's all our messages, like I said. And we need more people to come into this truth, come into this walk, whether you're in the camp or not, follow the laws and commandments, have the faith in the world, calls Christ and Mashiach Yahushua, and endure to the end. And with that, we're going to close out, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shem Mashiach Yahushua. Say Shalom.